Hey friends, welcome to your Tuesday episode of Hot News Clips, hot takes as we call them around here. The fire's coming up, everything's as it should be, except for in the world of Nvidia, because you know my friends, they like to screw us over. They like to give us driver updates that make our old GPUs obsolete, okay? They like to make it so that the 9 series runs like trash and hasn't improved ever, so that they force you into obsolescence so that you have to buy the new 16 series. Even though nobody wants it, even though nobody wants a 1650, guess what? It destroys a 950. Yeah, that's right, because they nerf it into the ground with every single new GPU update. At least that's the prevailing conspiracy theory. We've actually have received reports over on the main channel of UFD Tech about the fact that Nvidia has this grand conspiracy to nerf driver performance on older cards to force you into the update, which there's some arguments as to why that just doesn't make any sense, because it would be bad for shareholders if all of a sudden there was this outcry of like worse GPU performance. It wouldn't be good for them from a PR perspective, which would affect the shareholders' analysis of them and could tank their stock prices. But the whole rigmarole of that is just to say that no, there are actually issues with the latest driver that came out with the launch of the GTX 1650, including the fact that there is tremendously high CPU usage with the NV display.container.exe that came out with that. There was also some flickering observed with 3D Mark Time Spy. There was an application crash when you ran BeamNG, and there was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It froze when you had it in SLI, and then also there was desktop flickers when videos are played back on a secondary monitor. That's a bunch of issues, especially the NV display.container.exe with the driver. That's just supposed to be in the background. It's not supposed to be using my CPU at all. But a lot of reports came out on the internet that there was between 10 to 20% CPU usage with that one.exe that was happening with the latest driver. I'm curious, have any of you guys experienced that? But the whole point is to say that Nvidia has seen all of these issues and they fixed all of those recorded issues, and the latest hotfix driver that has come out, there will be a link for where you can download that in the video description. But in case you've been feeling like your computer has been slower, your frame rate hasn't been running as fast, or, you know, things have just been generally more sluggish, it could be due to this, especially if you updated to the 430.39 driver. Obviously, most of the things that come out with driver stuff are usually anecdotal. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but usually it's based on a mismatch of software between Windows and the driver, and the fact that you didn't do a clean uninstall. And even if you did, then there's still some Windows issues that are happening. And usually it's on a per case basis that we see graphics cards slowing down from a driver update. This one was significant enough for Nvidia to address, but let's not throw the conspiracy theories out there, okay, my friends? And I know a lot of you are gonna say that AMD drivers are more stable because there was that one study that was funded by AMD that said that their drivers are more stable, but let's argue all of that down below in the comments. Nvidia, AMD, who is better? Wanna hear from you down below. That's the end of this hot take. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our hot news. I'm Brett with this channel, and I'll see your smiling faces again in the next video. Love you too.